Good afternoon. Can you state your full name for the record?
Darryl Wheeler, nicknamed Booger.
Is it true that you're Gertrude Barley's grandson?
Sure am. You know Granny Gert?
Met her just today. She's quite a character. You two close kin?
Real close. But my brother Quentin's always been her favorite. But I lived next door to Granny Gert till I was 25. That's when my dad kicked me out. Said no son of mine was going to spend his life living in his parents' basement playing video games. So I became a handyman.
That's great. Good for you. How's business going?
Not that well. I might be moving in with Granny Gert if she'll have me.
I see. Darryl, can you tell me what dealings you had with Buddy Edmonds?
He wanted an Elvis-inspired man cave in his basement. So weird. Anyway, he was going to hire someone to do the work for him, so I had an appointment with him for 7 p.m. for an estimate. Got there about 10 minutes early.
How did the appointment go?
Well, I rang the doorbell, knocked, and even hollered a few times, but no one answered. I couldn't wait around because I had a blind date in Slater.
Wait, you traveled all that way for a blind date? What's wrong with you, son?
Have you taken a good look at some of the women in these parts?
So you got to Buddy's at what time again?
Got there a little before 7 p.m.
That's interesting, because one of his neighbors might have seen you there around 8 p.m.
Well, all I can say is that they were mistaken.
You got any proof of the time of your appointment with Buddy, Darryl?
No, can't say I have.
What about your blind date? Can she vouch for you?
Not exactly. She didn't show up.
Help me out here, Darryl. You went to the victim's house the night he was murdered, and someone thinks they saw you there just about the time he was killed. Anything to say for yourself?
All I can say is what I already said. Got there and left soon after. Then I drove off to Slater, where I got stood up. I was supposed to meet her in the parking lot up there, but she didn't show.
Did Granny Gert let you in on what was going on between her and Buddy?
Oh yes, she was very outspoken on the subject. She wanted to turn him into the slop to feed the hogs with.
I see. And I bet you love your grandma with all your heart and would do anything in the world for her. Am I right?
Well, sure. It doesn't matter that Quentin's her favorite. That old lady means the world to me, Deputy.
Do you know what I think? Since he messed with your grandma, you decided you'd mess with him. So you went over there for a little backwoods justice that got out of hand. Admit it, Darryl, you killed Buddy.
I didn't do anything of the kind. I thought I made it pretty clear I wasn't even around when that guy got himself murdered.
You have no alibi, son, and the exact time you were at Buddy's is questionable at best.
Well, if it helps, I stopped for gas in Slater. Should have stopped sooner. I'd been running on fumes for a while, but I didn't want to be late.
And this helps how?
I have a receipt. Maybe it's got the time on it? Let me check my wallet, see if I still have it. Yep, here it is. Sorry, it's a bit crumbled.
Slater Gas and Grub Gas, Cigarettes and Good Eats, 1097, April 3rd, 1989 at 8:07 p.m. Can I keep this?
Seeing as my date never showed up, I was kind of planning to write it off as a business trip. Think my accountant might need it.
Your accountant.
Granny G. You're not going to tell Uncle Sam what I was really doing, are you? I mean, if she hadn't stood me up, who knows? She might have hired me to do some handiwork too, so it was sort of like a business trip.
Not sure I can keep that promise, Darryl, but I'll make a copy. Don't make any out-of-town blind dates till we speak again, all right?
No problem. Learned my lesson when that last one stood me up.